To the energy, new player comes in, and Evander Kane, obviously it changed the lines. We'll get that in a sec. Just the thought of Evander was out there leading the stretch, that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think when you have a new guy come in, you get some. It just adds a little jump to your step, and obviously for him, he wants to prove himself and have a good start. So excited to see what he brings tonight, and definitely good to get him in the room and get him talking to the guys and get a little first skate today with him.
You're back in the middle. You played a lot with Hyman at times in the PK, and you played with Cassian last year in the playoffs when you were at center. You haven't played a lot at center this year. Just a thought on maybe what your line can bring and your comfort level getting back into the center position.
Yeah, well, I mean, haven't started many games at center yet this year, but definitely been switched into the center spot throughout different games halfway through. So still been playing it a little bit this year. Had some experience with Cass in the past for sure, so I know his game, and myself and Jaime. I mean, we played 5-on-5 together also, PK and stuff. So we definitely can read off each other. But I mean, we got to hold on to that puck and make good plays and be a hard line to play against for sure on the defensive side of things. But I think we can do some work down low. And, those are two strong, big bodies that can hold on to the puck and make the plays when they're there. So obviously we're going to be pushing offensively, but I think just an all-around game from us is what we're looking for tonight.
Ryan, just back here, on Evander Kane again. When you look at his playing style and his skill set, how much of a compliment will that be to the group you have here now?
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be a great addition for us. He's obviously an experienced player, great goal scorer, got a nose around the net, nose for the net, and also has that physicality to his game, and he's got that speed where he gets on the forecheck, creates loose pucks, and makes it tough for defensemen to go back and collect pucks. And I mean, that's something that we take pride in as a team, is getting that forecheck going. So he'll fit right in that case.
It looks like, based off the rushes, that Chris Russell will be playing tonight. It will be his 900th NHL game. Not an easy 900 games, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. 2,000 blocks, 900 games. It's a pretty incredible career for the guy. Definitely happy to be a part of it for quite a few years now. So we'll definitely do something for him tonight, and hopefully get a win to make it that much more special.
Anything else in here? Okay, we'll take a couple questions on Zoom. Daniel and Joe Bowman, go ahead.
I apologize if you've been asked. We had a little technical troubles getting on up here in Montreal, but I just wonder about you going to being the third line center. What that says about the group of the forwards. The depth that maybe has been accumulated here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a deep group, and it's something that as we keep building our team, as we keep building our game, it's something that we want to be a deep team. We want every line to be able to be good offensively, be hard to play against defensively, and I think the more depth you can add, the better it is for the group. So I don't think it'll be too big of an adjustment going back to center to start. Obviously, got to get my legs under me, but I should be played enough there, so I should be comfortable enough.
I know you've played a little bit with Zach Hyman, but what kind of dynamic do you guys think you could bring together as a duo? I know you obviously have another winger there, but if you guys are to play together a little bit, what can you do together?
Yeah, well, we've had some time together with Yamo this year, the three of us. We've had a few games, so I mean, definitely have some experience already, and I think the big thing with us is we have to be relentless on pucks and definitely checking hard and not giving them anything easy and creating those turnovers and then just holding on to pucks. I mean, Jaime does such a good job holding on to pucks, protecting it, taking it to the net, and you know that when he's got to step on a guy, he's bringing it to the net. So I got to have that in my mind and make sure that I'm there for any loose pucks, second, third opportunities.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
Hey, Ryan, Mark Spector here. You go to 3C, and we all know you can play center. You played lots of center in your life. But is there something different about third line center? Like the classic third line center is that, you know, the Phil Deneau kind of guy, right? He's checking, he's winning faceoffs, he's going up against the other team's best line. Is it a different kind of center than you've played in your career, Ryan?
No, I don't think it changes a whole lot where I slot in. I mean, I think I got to keep playing my game. I mean, I take pride in playing the two-way game, so I don't think I have to adjust too much to it. And obviously, Tip likes to roll the lines, and especially early, and get guys into the game. So I'm not going to think too much about third line, fourth line, second line, where I'm at. I'm just going to go out there and try to play my game and be a tough guy to play against defensively, but also hold on to the puck and create some looks offensively.
This team, you know, offensively has always revolved around the two top centermen, and then they get their best players like yourself, and they play them. You know, the really good offensive guys have always played with Nugent-Hopkins or with McDavid or Draisaitl. This is a bit of a departure. You and Hyman are now not playing with those guys. You got your own line. Is it a sign of some change a little bit with this team? Maybe something a little bit different, a different approach, Ryan?
Well, I think when you have depth in the lineup, obviously you can spread things out a little bit more, and you want that secondary scoring for sure. And those two guys carry so much of the load offensively. You want to obviously try to help them out, and I mean the third, fourth lines definitely can produce, and they have been doing so as of late. So it's good to see, and we got to keep that going. So I mean, we just got to do our thing and create offensively. Like I said, it'd be hard to play against on the other side of the puck, but yeah, I mean, I think when you got a deep forward group like we have, it's definitely a good thing you want on your team.
Perfect. If there are no more questions, this concludes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins being available.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks.
Here, he was leading the stretch today. Just the energy around the guys with his addition, and it's sort of come to fruition now.
Yeah, I think we're obviously very excited to have him. He's going to make our team a lot better. I think he's excited. He seems very enthusiastic and upbeat, happy to be here. So, you know, obviously we have to give him a little bit of time to catch up and get his game in order. But yeah, we're excited to have him.
What crossed your mind when you saw the lines today and you saw that Ryan was centering? I mean, you know, yourself and Connor and Ryan each centering their own line. That's got a lot of fans in Edmonton excited right now. Are you guys excited as well about the added depth and maybe what you guys might be able to do?
Yeah, of course. I think our depth is as good as it's ever been, probably since I've been here right now. And you know, obviously it's a different look with Nuggy in the middle as well. But you know, we've done it before, and you know, obviously we all like to get our ice time. But you know, Tip's an experienced coach, and you know, we got a lot of good players on our team. So you know, we all have to accept our roles and you know, play as a team.
Leon, just going back to Evander, when you look at his skill set, and especially the physicality aspect, how much will that complement the group that you have here now?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, he's a unique player. You know, he's an offensive guy that plays very hard. You know, he can fight. He's hard on pucks, so he's going to help our team. It doesn't matter where he plays, first line, second line. It really doesn't matter. He's gonna make us a better team, and you know, obviously we're very happy with that.
Looks like Chris Russell will draw in tonight. If he does, it's his 900th NHL game. A lot of miles on that body, Leon. Can you talk about what it's like to be a teammate of his?
Yeah, I think you know, I've been fortunate enough, or a lot of us have been fortunate enough to be around him and learn from him, and it's just his work ethic, his demeanor is you know, second to none. I've never seen anything like it. You know, he's the biggest warrior that I've ever come across in any facet, really. So you know, obviously huge congratulations. He's had an amazing career.
Okay, we'll take a couple questions on Zoom. Daniel Nugent-Hopkins, go ahead.
Hi, Leon. You've had a little bit of a track record or runway now, I guess, with Vogel and Jesse Puljujarvi. How have you found the transition with those guys, and especially with getting a chance to play with Vogel, who you haven't played with much before the last few games?
Yeah, I think we've been all right. I think we can produce a little more. You know, we've been creating quite a few chances, I think, and you know, it's just a matter of bearing down. But I think all in all, you know, they're two really good players. You know, they work very hard, both of them. You know, keep pucks alive and make my life a lot easier. So yeah, I enjoy playing with them.
A lot of people seem to be excited or intrigued by the possibility of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman playing together. In your mind, how are they going to be an effective line for you guys?
Well, they're going to be effective because they're really good players. It's three really good hockey players, and a lot of times when you put three really good hockey players together, the result is you end up with a good line, right? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching them. I like what this line looks like. So, yeah, I think they'll be good.
Mark Spector, go ahead.
Just one more on that, Leon, if you don't mind. You know, since you've been here, the strategy's always been get the best offensive wingers and make sure they play with yourself and Connor, so that you guys, everybody is productive. But this is a shift, right? Nugent-Hopkins now comes down the line, and Hyman goes with them, and it's spreading out. You know, they're spreading stuff out on this team. Is this a vastly different look? Do you think this is maybe a different way to go forward for the forward lines?
Well, I don't know if I agree with, you know, just stacking up the lines just so Connor and I are happy. I don't think that isn't the case at all. That never was the case. But we have the deepest team that we've had in a long time. So you know, there's roles and there's roles that need to be accepted, and we have a lot of really good forwards right now that need their ice time, that need to play, and you know, obviously it's going to take us a little bit of time to find the perfect role for everybody. But just from looking at the lineup, you know, it looks good.
Thank you.
A couple more questions. Guillaume Lafrancois.
Hi, Leon. Going back to Evander Kane, as you know, you're one of those veterans on the team, one of the guys who have been there for quite some time now. How do you sort of handle Evander Kane coming to the team and making sure that all the off-ice stuff doesn't become sort of a distraction and that it's handled the proper way?
Yeah, it's not going to be a distraction. We got a great leadership group. Our room can handle any person, and I don't think Evander's here to stir anything up or be in the focal point of media or whatever it is. He's here to win. He's here to play good and help us win, and obviously we're very excited about that.
Thank you.
One more, J.F. Chamal, go ahead.
Good morning, Leon. Since the start of December, it was not an easy stretch for the Oilers, and before coming to this trip in Montreal, now you have 3 wins in a row, but before that it was 7 losses in a row. Is there any way you can describe the mood right now compared to maybe a few days ago?
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's a lot different. But that's the way it works sometimes. We've had a tough stretch, no secret. A lot of guys hurt, but that's not an excuse. Every team goes through that. But we've had a good stretch of 3 games here. I think we've been playing really good, kind of finding our game a little bit again, finding our confidence, and we're looking to continue that tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. This concludes the Draisaitl media availability. Please stay tuned for Dave Tippett.
Thanks, Leon. Dave, Evander Kane's here. You used the word juice to describe an energy level. Was there a different level of that today, just finally seeing it come to fruition and seeing him out there and the new line combinations and those sort of things?
Well, you hope so. He hasn't played for a while, so you got to recognize he's got to get up to speed. I like the way our team's been playing the last few games, so you changed up a couple things on the lines here. We've been talking about trying to get deeper at the forward group for a long time. We look deeper, but that being said, we got to go and play like a good group that way.
How many different conversations and permeations did you have with the actual line combos before you elected to go with what you wanted?
There's lots, and some of it was depending a little bit on about some injury stuff this morning, but everybody looks ready to go, so we'll try to go with the 3 centermen. We've talked about it for a while. We'll see how it goes tonight.
What are you specifically looking for from Nugent-Hopkins with Hyman and Kassian?
Well, they can be a real solid line. Like if you look at Nugent and Hyman kill together, Cass is a big body there. We're trying to play a real hard puck possession game in the offensive zone. They have the ability to do that. Nugent, Hyman touch both special sides of special teams. So just trying to get where we feel like our lineup is a little deeper, and we'll see how it goes.
Dave, can you take us to the decision to go with Stuart Skinner tonight?
Just Koski's played a few in a row here. We're coming. We'd like to get Skinner in a game on the road trip. Felt like this was the right game for him.
It looks like Chris Russell slated to suit up tonight. It'll be his 900th NHL game. Talk about the miles on that body and what that means to his group.
Amazing accomplishment for a young player, or for not a young player. I remember talking about him. I was coaching in Dallas. We talked about drafting him way back when, and to go on 900 games. And we were talking about drafting him as an offensive defenseman. He's turned into the best shot blocker in the history of the game. So it's amazing how that goes. But it's a phenomenal feat. The guy who plays as hard as he has, and 900 is a great accomplishment for him.
Okay, a couple questions on Zoom. Daniel Nugent-Hopkins, go ahead.
Hi, Dave. You touched on Evander Kane not having much experience this year, only the 5 games. What are your expectations of him tonight? How would you kind of? I know you obviously haven't skating with Connor, but right now, but how do you kind of foresee kind of working him in as he gets his legs under him here?
Well, we'll see how it goes. Depends on. He says his conditioning is good. He hasn't played a lot this year. It's going to take some time to get him up and going, but I think he'll play with lots of energy today. and we'll just take it day by day with him. I think he's anxious to get going. We'll see what he can bring.
Just in regards to your fourth line there with putting McLeod at center and Ryan on the right wing, what went into that? Just because I just wonder because you had McLeod on the left wing a couple games ago, and Ryan's predominantly played center. So how do you kind of fit
The
that?
way that'll work is the centerman and the right winger will interchange. I've done it before on some other teams where you have a right shot centerman and a left shot centerman. There'll be strength on their draws, whichever side they're on, and they're both Ryan and Shore are penalty killers from down there. McLeod plays the second power play, so two centermen. It's never hurt to have two centermen on a line. It gives you good flexibility.
Sean Lou, go ahead.
Hi, Dave. I'm wondering, is there a possibility that Evander Kane might play a little bit of the net front on your first power play unit? We saw him alternating with Yessi during reps this morning, or would he be on your second?
Well, ours kind of, we don't have your typical 1 and 2. There's different looks we look for each time, depending on what we're looking for. The one thing that Kane gives us is we've had Hyman and Puliarvi there as right-hand shots. Kane gives us a net front presence with a left-hand shot. So just read and react how the game's going, what we feel like we could accomplish with it with some different options.
Thanks, Dave.
Mark Spector, go ahead.
Morning, Dave. I know there's always been, searching for depth here, right, among your forwards. And I know you've got these two great centermen, and you've always, Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman have always played with them because you got to have good wingers for your good centers. How's that all going to change when you spread it out? Does McDavid and Draisaitl have to change their game in any way in order for all this depth to work?
No, they don't change their game, but we're just hoping to have more depth that make us a stronger team. It's we've talked about it for a while. I think if you looked at a lot of people, the perception of our team is, you got McDavid line and Draisaitl line, and then after that, it's just kind of pick them. We want to get to be a deeper team where teams look at us and say, hey, they're a deep team. They can throw 4 lines at you, and real good depth on all 4 lines. So that's we've talked about it for a long time. We're going to try it and see how it goes.
When we think of the classic third line center, right? We think of all the the modern guys, Phil Deneau, the Guy Carbonos, the hard checking, good face-off man. Does Nugent-Hopkins, is that the role he plays? Is he going to, are you trying?
The one key aspect of all those guys that you mentioned, they're all smart players. They read situations well, and Nuge is in that category. Nuge is really in that category. So, he's a smart player. He makes other people around him better, and that's what we're looking for.
Thank you.
Thank you. This concludes this morning's meeting availability.